Good morning to the Army of the Dick on whatever platform I'm broadcasting this on because I just keep losing them. This is your friendly hostess with the mostest dick schwatz doing another update on my life. And I'm sitting here on a Sunday morning and I'm bored to tears. Looks behind me. See all this? See sports memorabilia? It goes all over the place. No, that's not sports, but I mean, it's everywhere. It is everywhere. And it is sad that I am sitting here on a Sunday morning and I can't watch a sports show. There's no sports shows to watch. It's not that they're not available, they're just not meant for me. They don't want me watching. They make it blatantly clear they hate me. Uh, they don't care about the truth anymore. They're pushing propaganda on sports networks, and all these athletes have turned into pussies. I can't think of another word for it. They're just the softest, most bent out of shape, butthurt, triggered little cucks. And I am so thankful that I didn't grow up in this era because I can tell you right now, my son has no athletes on his wall. None. He doesn't respect none of them. He doesn't have any. They don't. He doesn't idolize none of them. They don't do anything for him to give him an inkling to go out and purchase their merchandise, or he doesn't follow any of them. He thinks LeBron James is an idiot. He's 13. He should be at least a couple of these athletes. He's a massive basketball fan. He doesn't watch basketball anymore. He doesn't want to watch basketball. He doesn't think that it's basketball. You have to watch politics before, during the halftime show, and then after the show. It's all about politics. You don't care about that. He doesn't want to see people. He doesn't want to see these guys. They didn't even show the national anthem on television before. Now they got to show these guys taking a knee. All this virtue signaling is scaring away all the youth. But what it's also doing is for people like me, I don't have any interest anymore. I have zero interest in sports. I don't know how the Yankees are doing. I heard that they're doing bad. But I can't tell you. I don't know why. I don't care. I got MLB The Show on my Xbox. I don't care. I'll play these games and not have to deal with the politics most of the time. Not have to deal with the politics that are involved with being a fan of sports. And it's really, really, really sad. I have no outlet to go to anymore to even get sports updates. And I don't even want to support them. I don't want to support these athletes. I don't want to support these guys that every single major sports league in this country has cucked up and bowed down to fake news, has sold out the police departments and the good communities of the entire freaking country and pushed fake narratives. Nobody came back and apologized for supporting that Blake character that raped some girl and stole a car with the girl's kids inside of it, and that's what he got shot in the back for. Nobody ever apologized for it, and they're still pushing the what's her name? I've almost lost track here because it's so Breonna Taylor. They're still pushing that bullshit. Are you retarded? Are you that ridiculously stupid? Oh, you are. That's right. You're athletes. You're not paid to have political opinions. You're not paid to give political opinions. You're not paid to use that platform to be political. You can see what has happened to many people that have decided to use their platform for anything besides sports. Watch what happens to their careers. It happens all the time. It doesn't just matter about politics. It's always stepping outside your realm and trying to be something that you're not. Just because you're an athlete, it doesn't make you the it doesn't make you an expert in whatever category you decide to speak up on. That's the case. And that's not saying that all athletes are like that. I remember the running back for the Cleveland Browns back in the day. Oh, what was his name? He was a legend, and he's been a major advocate for many years. There's another one that he was a wide receiver from the NFL, and he wound up becoming a congressman or a state senator. So it's not saying that all of these guys, but 99.9% of these guys are not qualified to be speaking on politics. They don't know what they're speaking on, and they're speaking on falsehoods, and they're pushing these false narratives upon impressionable young minds and then believe that these guys are being honest. And for me, I can't expose my kids to that. I can't give them that platform. I'm not going to give them that platform. I'm going to correct them if they happen to come across that, like Beijing Chinese LeBron James. He's literally Chinese property. He's the same one that was chastising people for speaking up against actual true oppression in the Hong Kong area, where the Chinese people were murdering and enslaving and imprisoning people just for having a political difference and for standing up for their own freedom. They were having their country raided and invaded by China, and these guys were standing up for themselves. And where did China James stick up for? Beijing LeBron's decided to stand up for the Communist Party of China. Let's not forget that. His masters told him to speak up, and he did what he was told. It's disgusting. These guys are not heroes to anyone. They're not role models to anyone. People bring up LeBron James' school a lot of times. Like LeBron James a few years back, you saw that story just disappear. Nobody even speaks on it anymore because he didn't actually use his own money. He didn't use his own money for basically anything. I think everything was provided for. Like the sneakers was given to by the sneaker company. The school building itself was donated by the state. The funding for the actual educational department, everybody's getting paid. That's being paid by that's a payrolled school. So it was just LeBron James putting his name on it. And cool, he's an advocate for getting better schooling systems in shitty areas. So am I. So is everybody. But when you just only include one color, you're a racist. When you say only black people matter here, you're a racist. You're racially dividing people, and you're becoming a racist. The black supremacists in this country are out of fucking control. They're out of control. They can say whatever they want. They go on national networks, mainstream media, tell people they're going to kill white people, telling people that it's okay, fuck white males, the straight white males are the devil, and it's okay to kill these people. They made these threats. They made threats upon the police department. I remember BLM going through the Barack Obama days when they said they were going to assassinate police officers, and then they did it. They're a terrorist organization. They have been a terrorist organization. All the black lives that were lost through all these riots and the looting, and the young lady that was 9 years old that was shot right outside the Wendy's down in Atlanta, Georgia, those people, those black lives don't matter to them, and they didn't pay for none of that. The billions and billions of dollars, it's billions that they have profited in, they're profiting for just a small amount of people, and look how many of them are white. One's an ex-IRA terrorist, Jewish lady. She hated black people back in the day, and she's using them for a profit margin. They don't even give a shit. So miseducated, and that's the guys like LeBron James, the NBA, the MLB, the NFL, all these, the NHL. They're all complicit and supporting this. And you cannot support that anymore. I know I do not. It kills me, but I don't support it. I don't turn it on. I don't watch their games anymore. I don't put any money into their merchandise. All these posters and everything behind me is all old. It's all things that I haven't updated. You know, it's been a while, and I don't have any intentions of doing it right now. Yeah, it's Sunday morning. I don't have anything to do when it comes to sports, but the rest of my life is right in front of me. So looks like the weather broke. I might just go take a 7-mile walk around my beautiful neighborhood and complain to myself some more. But we do need to get back to where athletes were tough. There were stories going on that I read of all these different fans were being ejected for life from stadiums for all these petty bullshit incidences. Like one dude poured popcorn on somebody in Philly, and he got ejected from every stadium in Philadelphia for the rest of his life. This is Philly. They pegged Santa Claus with batteries, and nobody even got picked up for it. Now all of a sudden, some poor little superstar got popcorn poured on him, and his feelings were hurt, so they banned the fan for life? Are you fucking kidding me? I'm assuming that this guy was a visitor in the building and probably beat their team, and he got, the dude got pissed. So he freaking poured some popcorn on him. There's so much worse things that have happened. I mean, what happened with the dude that got in a fight with Ron Artest back in the day? I don't remember those guys getting banned for life. And there was all sorts of people that were involved with that. You know, it just shows you how... And I saw there was many, many instances where somebody said something nasty in Boston. First off, I hate fucking Boston. Look at that. See that? Them Yankees? See all them Yankees? Yankees. Yankees everywhere. Fuck Boston. But that being said, of course they say, have you ever been to Fenway? Have you ever heard what they say to the players? Both sides of the team? It's the same thing at Yankee Stadium. Like, if our team sucks, you'll hear that. The players will hear it. They will definitely hear it. And we will tell them how they suck. And if their parents are in the fucking out, hey man, you know what? It's just the way it goes. That's the way it always has been. But all of a sudden we're all triggered. We can't do that. The new Stephen A. Smith world, wherever, is too offensive, it's gonna cross the line. Now everybody has to be offended. It's like you act like you're such a you're so open and receptive, and you can voice your opinion and not beat around the bush, and you're the voice of truth, but then you guys are all just filtering out the actual truth. They're pushing vaccines on these shows. They're pushing vaccines on these sporting events. They're pushing vaccines on these sports centers and Fox News broadcasts. Like, they're pushing these vaccines on people. They're guilt tripping them during these. They're letting people even know that you're a good person if you get it. You're a bad person if you don't. And they don't even realize that it's not a vaccine. It's not. It's not. It's not even technically. It doesn't prevent anybody from getting anything. All it seems to be doing is hurting a lot of people. But I digress. The athletes have now become so triggered that you can't even say nasty things to them. Like, you fucking suck, man. You shouldn't even play basketball. Get the fuck off the court. Like, or in the baseball, man, you're a fucking bum. You know how many times I've said that? You know where I learned that from? Nuns in the orphanage that used to take us to Yankee Stadium. It's amazing how far we have come as a society. We have literally lost our First Amendment right. We do not have freedom of speech anymore. It is gone. If you think I'm lying, try and find me on Facebook. Try and find me on Instaslam or Twitter. Any of those platforms. They removed my entire presence like I never even existed. These people didn't even think, they probably think I just don't want to be their friend anymore. Wasn't the case whatsoever. It's because of this new triggered society. You need to speak the way they tell you to speak and do what they tell you to do, or you will be silenced and chastised and possibly incarcerated, maybe even killed, because that's how far this government has already shown they will go. They killed our own president. Ask the Kennedys. They killed our own president. They don't think they will kill you? They've silenced. We could do the list. I mean, go Google search how many people that Hillary and Bill Clinton know that died of a plane crash. That they actually personally know that died of plane crashes. And it's astounding, the list. There's a specific list. It was over like 200 names. They personally knew them. Now, I know, obviously, from 9/11, I know a few people that allegedly died of a plane crash. But not to that extent. And yeah, I got it. They're networked out pretty well. But no, that's not a coincidence. They will silence you. They will. They're coming for our children. I've been saying this for 2 years to save our kids. They are coming for our kids. What are you going to do to protect them? Our kids are being convinced right now that these jabs, these shots, are the only thing that's going to keep them from able to go back to regular life. My son wants to go on a cruise. Well, he's convinced that he can't go on that cruise unless he gets this jab. And I'm going to have to be the asshole that says no. My daughter is convinced that she can't go back to school if she doesn't get a jab. I got to be the asshole that tells her no. I may be the asshole that has to keep them home. It might be the best thing I ever did for them. To be honest with you, with all the critical race theory and bullshit coming up. It's amazing the position and the switches and the changes and the brainwashing that is happening, and sports is playing a major part in that. They have played a major hand in that for many, many, many years. They have pushed many fake narratives upon the American people and convinced them it was actually true. The whole police brutality thing was an absolute 100% outrageous lie. It was less than 1% of all black people are killed by a police officer. Less than 1%. It's not even close to the top 100 reasons that black people die in this country, that are killed in this country. If you want to look at one of the number one reasons, abortion and black on black crime. Hate to say it, but that's the truth. And when the NBA players, the NFL players, the MLB players, and the NHL players start standing up for that, I'll come back. Until then, you can keep throwing rapist names on your helmets and keep supporting freaking murderers and psychopaths that kill people a week before that. Breonna Taylor in the back of a rental car. You keep supporting that, and I'll keep telling you. Just like everybody else is. That's why I'm pretty sure that ESPN's ratings are in the toilet. They pretty much lost every single major anchor and broadcaster. You can tell that the MLB, the NBA, the NFL, all of those guys took a major ass whooping, and it's not even done yet. It's going to get worse. And I have no mercy for them. I don't care. How about it? You guys were overpaid to begin with. I don't want to hear your mouth no more. Shut up and play the game. This is your boy, Dick Schwartz, the hostess with the most, signing off from whatever platform that might be. God bless you. Talk to you next time.